What's up, everybody? Supersmallchibiwolf here, and today I'm going to be talking about the importance of game compilations. So let's get into this. So the first thing I would like to talk about is, long story short, game compilations. And many companies have done good. For example, recent mind comes to Sega's been trying for years. They've been trying for years, re-releasing games, and they've done somewhat of collections throughout each console. In some way, in some form, and in some way, Sega always trying to push like the classic Sonic games. But Sega, you have many more games to offer the world than just Sonic. Don't get me wrong, Sonic's the best thing you've ever made. I love Sonic games. No hate. You know, and I know you're talented. Okay, so just try to give us more of other things as well, the IPs, compilations and other things. How about a Sega Master Collection? They just have like the top beloved games of the Master System, which I have never played, so I should have said Genesis or Dreamcast, which would have been better, more understandable, like the top 20 games or 30, because those games could fit in like a nowadays digital and a CD. That's nothing for you, you know what I mean? Like your IPs, like the main favorites, just be like bah, boom, and then like a Sega collection legacy. You can name it the Sega Legacy Collection, which covers Master System, Dreamcast, Genesis, and just put it all in one, and boom, modern consoles to have fun and play. Now, next, Nintendo. Just give us an F-Zero, compilation game. The F-Zero Hope All-Stars, because it's giving us hope of a new game, but that will never come. Or Earthbound's Bound, as something. Like, just something, you know what I mean? So compilations of Nintendo, I think, will benefit the most out of these compilations. How many times they don't use their IPs. Like for example, like I said, F-Zero. You got Earthbound Punch Out, a Punch Out compilation called the Punched Out. So yeah. So besides that, yeah, I think Capcom. Yes, over here, Cappy. Capcom has done wonderful things, you know what I mean? Cappy from Mario Odyssey. But Capcom has done wonderful. The Capcom Fighting Collection, the Capcom 30th anniversary, the Street Fighter 30th anniversary collection. They had the Mega Man collections, and then they died. So yeah, it was wonderful. Capcom has been leading the way, I would say. They've been doing cool things. And oh man, let's give a round of applause to Konami. They did a Castlevania anniversary collection, which I have as well. Got a great deal on it, and I'm proud. I just remembered I have like a lot of these unboxings which I haven't uploaded yet. So I'm like, oh man, I just remembered. So yeah, moving on from that. Now, these compilations, many people would say, man, just focus on the new games, blah, blah, blah. Well, the new games fucking suck. Let's be honest. Updates every little thing, games releasing broken, this and that, and this and that. Right? Don't get me wrong. There are many wonderful games, and when a new wonderful game comes out, it becomes Tekken 8. And Tekken 8 is a perfect example of how games should release and should be handled. The King of Fighters 15, another beautiful game that was released in the PS5 generation, modern console generation, and I'm in love with that game too. And then besides that, everything else is everything else. Unfortunately, yeah. That's why I'm making a video of why there should be more compilation videos. I mean, games. But besides that, I would say, also another thing, it allows like the newer generation of gamers to experience these wonderful games. Like for example, imagine if there was Capcom did that. Yeah, imagine if Capcom came out and said the Strider collection, and just like had many of the games in one, game, and it was like, wow, man, this is really cool. I enjoy that. With updated graphics, like a remake, a full-on remake, all of the games. You know what I mean? That would be amazing, cool. Now me personally, I'm happy with the PS1 games. I don't think that's necessary for me to buy, but I'm just giving an example, But yeah, that would be nice for the younger generation to experience, or people who, like I said, grew up around that time that didn't play that game. Like for example, I bought that game later on, but when growing up, we didn't have that on the PS1, you know what I mean? But we knew about it. And then, of course, there was the arcade. So, yeah. Next is, my next point is, these collections usually come with hours of extra content, such as, like, original artwork, music catalogs to enjoy. You could just have it on, like, say, you could play, like, in Super Mario 3D All-Stars, they have, like, a music catalog part where you could play the whole, like, all the songs of Super Mario Sunshine and just, like, chill and do your thing when you listening to it. So that's a nice feature to have. And before someone says, well, we could take our phones out these days, yeah, sure, but when your phone dies, don't go complaining. You just do it on your Nintendo Switch, you're having fun, you're chilling, and yeah, really nice. Next thing, and it allows, of course, classic artwork to see, like, for example, I know Street Fighter did this, and, they just show, like, the classic artwork of different characters, they made it, and it's really nice. Other games have done really wonderful things as well, and added other features to it, which is just, like, wow, I enjoy this. So, yeah. Sonic Mega Collection and Gems Collection too, I have to shout them out because they are two of the most beautiful games to do this, have, like, extra content of, like, behind the scenes. It is really cool. I enjoy it. So, yeah. Next. It allows gamers who aren't so huge on collecting every console, every game, the ability to play all these games and have fun without, like, just going out trying to find them, paying these prices, etc., etc. And it's fun. Like, don't get me wrong, like I said, I love and enjoy collecting. It's fun. But, it gets annoying too. Just imagine, you better have 50 games or all those 50 games in one game. In my opinion, I'd rather have it all in one game. Number one, space-wise, and plus you just pop it in, you just pick the game you want to play, and then you could save it easily, just like that. It's so much better. Now, that's just my opinion, of course. Everyone does their own thing. And, even with the Super Mario 3D All-Stars that I have, I still keep my Super Mario 64 and Super Mario Sunshine with me. Now, I never had Galaxy, so that's another reason to have that game, too. Also, yeah. Next thing I'd like to talk about is they usually come with, like, online features. This is wonderful. Usually these compilations, they usually come with, like, online features, which makes the game even more cooler than how it originally was. Like, for example, PS1, Street Fighter Alpha 3. Of course, by the way, let me just say this. Yes, there was arcades back then, and everyone had fun. There's still some arcades named me, and it's fun, And I enjoy that when retro gaming companies that stores do that. It's fun. But, like, for example, the Capcom Fighting Collection, 30th Anniversary Collection, you could play Street Fighter Alpha 3, Street Fighter Alpha 2 online with friends, and it's such a great and wonderful time, yo. It really is. Imagine, like, a F-Zero collection, and you could play F-Zero X online with people. Yo, that would be wonderful. I would love that. You know what I mean? Oh man, even better. F-Zero GX on the Nintendo GameCube, having that online multiplayer on the Nintendo Switch or Nintendo's next console, that would be really wonderful. I would really enjoy that, and I know for sure a lot of friends who would love that as well, and we could be, like, playing and chilling, and we usually live, like, far away from each other. But long story short, this would be really great, to do. Just have more compilations with online features to play with friends. Maybe you can meet new friends, and, it's just, overall, it will be a wonderful thing. I met many people throughout the Capcom Fighting Collection and Street Fighter 30th Anniversary Collection. Really cool, nice-hearted people, and it's fun. I believe I met more people on fighting games than on any other game genre, which is wonderful. Usually it's like, want to go one more round? I beat you 2 times, though. Let's do this. Yeah. It's just all respects and fun, so yeah. Now, next thing I'd like to talk about is that, I think I talked about this. No. So, many times, like I said, it comes with different features. And one of them is, like, they have, like, the classic CRT mode, like, filter, they have the modern filter more cleaned up, or they have different filters, you know what I mean? Like different colors, different things. Like say this is the game, and then on the side you have like say I'm gonna keep using Sonic. You have Sonic, Tails, Amy just like scrolling, you know, like odd on the side of, and then in the middle is the gameplay. It's really cool and fun. I enjoy when companies do stuff like that. It's really nice. Next thing I'd like to talk about is, I know someone's going to bring this up, so you know, game preservation and this and that, but my thing about that is you know, some games, you know, physical media watch and things like that at times I hoard. So now I haven't seen that, you know, unless you really keep your stuff in really shit ass condition, but usually it's pretty good, you know what I mean? So game preservation wise, my opinion on that is that yeah, it's important, it's cool, it's nice. I think as long as the fans and companies make sure to have the files saved there, which can get lost as well, I think, you know, everyone, it should be like a community effort to keep these games alive. That's my thing about it. Not just the companies, not just the fans, it's everyone in general included within that community. Doesn't matter if you're a fan of that franchise or not. You know, let's help each other out. You know what I mean? We all gamers, we all game, we all trying to have fun, you know? The last thing I would like to talk about is that, you know, modern gaming usually comes with many issues, you know, like greed and different weird shit. Like, for example, right? Get this. So, I was going to play. Damn, what was the game? There was a game that pissed me. Namco, yes, the Namco collection. Remember? So, basically, the Namco collection, it comes with many Pac-Man games. Like the you know, Pac-Man, it comes with Pac-Man the original arcade, it comes with Pac-Man like a Neon, Miss Pac-Man and all those other things, right? But then they try to charge me for other games, like you could buy more games with like for like $10 each, and it's like, why didn't you just include this in the actual fucking game? What the hell, you know? And I'm like, okay, fine, I guess I understand. Now I didn't buy it because I don't even know what the hell those games even are. They did look interesting, don't get me wrong. I did do research on them. I didn't just be like whatever. But that's just one example of companies just being greedy. They could have had it all in one, but they didn't. So yeah. But like in my opinion, like I said, you know, many times it does come with greedy intentions. You know, like for example, I believe a lot of people were saying like the latest Sonic collection did not come with a specific game, and people were like mad or something like that. I forget what was the reason, but yeah, it was like a big issue. I remember people telling me about it who was getting into the Sonic collection, the Origins collection to be more specific. They said, wait a minute, compared to like the Mega collection and the Gems collection and other collections, this isn't so cool, you know, this isn't as great as the other collections. And I skipped that one and got the Gems and Mega collection. So, and I'm happy I did. I'm having hours of fun whenever I play those games. So yeah. So tell me what you think. You know, what game franchise deserves a modern collection? Like, do you think F-Zero, Earthbound, the Chrono series, like Chrono Trigger, Chrono Cross, you know, all these games. Well, Chrono Cross could be found on Switch. I believe that was a remake on Switch. So that's the thing I need to buy too. I missed out on that. And that's the sequel of Chrono Trigger, which I have for Super Nintendo. So, but besides that, let me know in the comments, you know, what you all think about this. And yeah, I would be interested to see what other video game franchises you all would love to see compilation games of, you know. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and until next time, bye.